I'm not the standard candidate for the standard product that most lenders have. And I think that's where that sort of level of despair kind of, you get into that valley, so to speak, right? This isn't going to work. For the past 10 years, I've been living and working in Dubai. And in my kind of career span, I've been really lucky to do lots of different things. That's brought me opportunities to look at businesses, advise, help, consult, start my own, buy other ones. And that's been great from an income perspective. The challenge there from owning property is that I'm a weird client from a way that a mortgage lender might look at me, right? And so when I looked at buying property, I always thought, okay, well, as long as you've got income, then it's going to work out. But that wasn't actually the full answer. Yeah, for 10 years I've been trying to buy a place. A place that I could build my own wealth and income from, right? Or potentially live in too, in terms of having a family there. Being sort of softly locked out of that for like a decade is it's not a great feeling to have. I'm not the standard candidate for the standard product that most lenders have. And I think that's where that sort of level of despair kind of, you get into that valley, so to speak, right? This isn't going to work. Luckily though, I think over time as you get through that, then I found other options, and I think that's where I was like, oh, this is going to actually happen. And yeah, earlier this year, back in June, I was able to finally get my first property in the US, and that's been an amazing feeling so far. Beeline was a great experience, and why I say that is that I went to a lot of different lenders and brokers to figure out what could work for me with the set of criteria that I bring to the table when looking at a property. And I think when I say they were a great experience is because they really fought in my corner about it. They went and figured out how it could be worked and what options were available to me, not having the standard set of things like a W-2 or working for a US business or whatever a given lender might usually want. And I think that was a big reason ultimately that I felt not only supported in the process, but went all the way through with them, is that it wasn't just like, oh yeah, we've got somebody who's interested in a mortgage. It was, okay, how do we figure out how to help this guy get a house? That's a different question. One thing I liked about the experience, particularly compared to other brokers, lenders, etc., is that it felt like it was, made today, not 30 or 40 years ago. Yeah, so DSCR loans. So this is an interesting loan type where it's called debt service coverage ratio. And what they look at is not your personal income or taxes, tax returns, etc. It's the rental income of the given property. So they base the mortgage off of that. In terms of personal goals, I really want to create a life that I can afford, independent of place and time, right? Maybe that sounds a bit ambiguous, but what that means for me is that I can choose to be where I want to be, doing things that I'd like to do. When they told me, okay, there is a way that we can help and we can get a loan for you to be able to purchase a house, I think part of you feels super excited. Part of you doesn't believe it a little bit, because I've been chasing that for quite a long time. But it was an uplifting experience, I say. I mean, at the risk of sounding exaggerative. Buying a house is an emotional thing, right? And I think the more ways we can figure out how to give people that opportunity, then the better that is generally.